Yes, sir. I have located his new property. No sign of him yet. And everything seems to be... Oh. I think I'm gonna be sick, sir. He's got a whole table graveyard. Oh. Sir, he's just destroyed another one. We gotta stop him. Well, we're gonna need backup. He's out of control. What's up, everybody? My name is Scott and you're watching Kentucky Ballistics. And here on the channel, I have tested out a lot of unique ammunition. Sometimes intentionally, sometimes unintentionally. But today I have some very unique ammo on purpose. When it comes to shotguns, my favorite shotgun is the almighty 10-gauge shotgun. And today we have concrete 10-gauge slugs and 10-gauge concrete buckshot. I am very excited to see how it performs and see how it compares to lead ammunition. So let's go get set up and get started. Whew. It is a hot one today, but you know what they say, it's not the heat, it's the humidity that'll get you. Anyways, we are going to start out by shooting some steel with our concrete slugs and buckshot. So this is our 10-gauge concrete slug. This thing weighs 180 grains. Normally a lead slug is weighing around like 765 grains. And then here is our 10-gauge concrete buckshot. These are also very light. We're looking at about 140 grains total. Okay, the shotgun I am using today is a New England Firearms single shot 10-gauge shotgun. And I'm going to start out with the lead buckshot. Going to be lead on the left, concrete on the right. Here we go. Okay, now the concrete buckshot. I'm sure it's not going to kick as hard as the lead. Wow, that was actually a lot more stout than I thought it would be. Well, I'm going to say the concrete buckshot maybe a little too small for the 10 gauge. I think it just pretty much turned it to powder, but the lead buckshot, pretty good. Okay, now for the moment of truth, we are going to try out the slug. I'm going to go lead slug first on the left. I love 10 gauge so much. Now concrete slug. I hope I'm not let down. Here we go. I think something hit it. Okay, so 10 gauge concrete buckshot, not so effective, but the concrete 10 gauge slug actually held together and put a pretty good mark on that steel target. I mean, obviously lead is looking superior, but I'm very curious to see what kind of damage we are doing with a concrete 10 gauge slug. But before we continue, I want to give a big thank you to all of you who came out to my meet and greet at the 511 Tactical Store in Nashville, Tennessee. It was a huge turnout. I had a ton of fun, and it was wonderful meeting every single one of you. And I want to give a big thank you to 511 for hosting me. If you would like to see more meet and greets, let me know in the comment section down below, and be sure and show 511 some love for hosting this event. Check them out with the link in the description down below and use my code 511KYB to get 20% off all non-sale items, and this is good until June 30th. Again, a huge thank you to 511 for sponsoring this video, and a big thank you to all of you who showed up and support the channel. Now let's get back to it. Not bad, but I am gonna have to work on the height I can get from throwing my table because I didn't quite make it. All right, I say we shoot some ballistic gel. This is a 16-inch, 10% clear ballistic gel block made by Clear Ballistics. I'm gonna get this set up on the table here and see what kind of penetration we get out of our concrete slugs. I know you probably want to see some chronograph readings though, but unfortunately I kind of had a little bit of a whoopsie today. Pull! Okay, let's hit this block with our 10 gauge concrete slug. Here we go. Let's have a look at our block here. We actually did not penetrate very deep. It hit the block and then it broke up quite a bit. If you look right here, that block is very, very chewed up. It's so gritty. Look at that. Okay, concrete 10 gauge buckshot. The concrete buckshot at close range was actually pretty effective, and honestly it penetrated about as deep as the slug. So now I'm kind of curious, what will this 10 gauge concrete buckshot do at a point blank range to our mannequin? Oh my gosh, that was awesome. And you know what else is awesome? Subscribing to Kentucky Ballistics. Hit that subscribe button. All right, that's enough of that scientific stuff. Let's just have some fun and blast some interesting targets. This is 1 gallon of Elmer's glue, and we're gonna hit it with a concrete 10 gauge slug. I am a little close. That's because these don't seem to be very accurate. All right, here we go. Oh. Oh. So, hit a little to the left. Did not go all the way through it, but still did a little bit of damage. What is this? Oh, that's the wadding. Ew, gross. So now we're gonna do a destruction comparison. I have 2 6-pound containers of Dijon mustard. I'm gonna hit one with the concrete slug and one with a lead slug. Okay, concrete slug first on the left. This is about to be a lot bigger. 1 3/4 ounce, 10 gauge slug. Coming at you. Oh, oh yeah. I'm gonna say lead is a little more destructive. So 10 gauge concrete slug seems to be pulling to the left, and again did not make it all the way through that giant thing of mustard. But the 10 gauge lead slug did a fantastic job at busting that up, and there is mustard all over the place. I mean, we have quite the spread. Dijon mustard, huh? No, I don't like it. So next we're going to shoot something a little bit thicker. I have 1 gallon containers of mayonnaise, and they are real extra heavy, like me. That's why I'm sweating so much. Gonna go with the concrete slug on the left again. This time I'm gonna aim a little to the right. There we go. That was much better. Now for the lead slug. Here we go. Oh! Oh, yeah, I'm pretty sure there's probably mayonnaise on my back. Well, I thought I protected my gun, but I didn't. I got mayonnaise on my gun. Lead slug definitely wins again, but this time I had a better hit with the concrete slug, and I feel like we did a little more damage that time. Well, that's going to be it for the main course. I say we move on to dessert. Now I have 2 6-pound cans of chocolate pudding. My guess is the concrete slug is not going to do much to this one, but we are going to try it out anyways. But I think the lead slug is probably going to pop it. Concrete slug first. Yeah, didn't do a whole lot. Now, lead slug on the right. You can't have your pudding unless you eat your meat. Oh! That is exactly why I love 10 gauge. She be kicking. Let's have a look at what's left of this can. I am actually quite surprised because we almost made it into the can. I didn't think that it would even puncture it. I thought it would just kind of break up on it and bust it up, but no, actually did a little bit of damage. Oh, come on. Need a little bit of extra on there. This guy's not having a great day. I mean, he's missing part of his face, and now he just got sprayed with pudding. So I know we probably are not going to do too much damage with our concrete ammunition, but I still want to take a few shots at our armored car because I'm curious. Okay, first up is the Buckshot. I'm going to go for the star. Now for the concrete slug. I'm going to aim for the center of the star. So we had a decent spread with our concrete Buckshot. We actually had quite a few hits. One here, 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 here. I think that would probably sting if you got hit with that at this distance. And then as for our slug, I managed to hit right here in the center of this O, and that was totally on purpose. So now I want to see what kind of damage we can do with some 10 gauge copper-plated buckshot. I'm gonna go for that little winder. Oh! Ho, ho. Let's give it another. I'm gonna go for the star. All right, one more. Let's go for the little peephole. So for a little while now, I've been questioning, what is this truck actually rated for? I mean, a 416 Rigby zipped right through it. Punt gun did some damage to it, but it took a slug to really do some damage. And then the other day, a snub nose 50 AE made it through this thing and did this big hole right here. But it looks like with a 10 gauge shotgun, you would probably be okay. Stopped all our buckshot. That's actually really cool. That's a good pattern. It kept it all within that star. Then we hit our glass and it held up to it. And then I aimed for a little peephole here. We actually put a pretty big dent in this frame that goes around it, and then all of this through here. So I know now that this truck is at least rated for shotguns. All right, that's gonna be it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a like and hit that subscribe button. And while you're at it, let me know what you thought about the 10 gauge concrete slugs in the comment section down below. Also, be sure and check me out on all other social media platforms. Links to those can be found in the description down below, along with a link to KentuckyBallistics.com, just in case you want to pick up a shirt. But I promise you, yours will not be this squiddy. Okay, I'm starting to get concerned. I think the table companies are watching, because these tables here lately have been a lot tougher. And as always, my name is Scott. Thank you so much for watching Kentucky Ballistics. I'll see you next time.